I got a job. I got my first job in an analytics company. Data science, predictive modeling, visualizer, analytics analyst, big data manager. These are all very interesting new roles that are coming up and new titles that are coming up. And this is the whole industry that has become so big, and they're looking for so many people who are just starting out their careers, who are looking for their first jobs. Welcome to First Job Talks, and today we're going to be discussing on how to bag your first job in an analytics company. And we're going to talk about all these interesting designations, titles, and roles with Rishabh Saxena. Hi, Rishabh.
Hi, Sushil.
Hi. Rishabh is a senior talent analyst with CoCubes, and he himself has a journey in getting into analytics. So we're going to talk to him today about how he got into analytics, what does he do, so we understand what jobs in this field mean. And then we're also going to talk to him on how do you prepare for this industry function, and also understand how is it different from, say, an IT or a BPO job. And we're also then going to have Rishabh share his tips and tricks when he's looking at data and when he's looking at people to hire for CoCubes in this kind of a job. So that's an inside story. Great. So Rishabh, why don't we start with you? Tell us, as you're a senior talent analyst. What does that mean? What do you do?
So basically, CoCubes deals with assessments. CoCubes, Aon, we deal with assessments, and we have a lot of data on the assessments when corporates or companies go to hire candidates. So we look at the trends that what type of candidates are being hired for different job roles, how are candidates in different type of colleges performing, what are the trends in terms of competencies, what type of campuses are doing good, and all that. So my job is to deal with the data, bring out insights out of that, and help corporates and colleges to hire better and have good candidates and train them so that they are more employable.
Great. And can you predict today's cricket match?
Yeah, I can.
You can?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And how far has your prediction gone so far in the last two matches?
So seeing just 3 wickets down in first 5 overs, I can predict that there are 80% chances that India will be losing. I know it's bad to hear, but that is what my predictions say.
Okay, so we'll check it out in a few hours. Actually, a few minutes, if that's the case. Okay, great. Okay, so tell us a bit more about the companies that are hiring people like you, and a lot of people who are listening in today. What is it that they're looking for an analytics role or an analyst role or something in data science, predictive modeling, etc.?
Right. So the basic thing that companies look for is the acumen to learn, because data science and data analytics is a field where learning is very important. At engineering level, when a candidate is getting passed out, she does not have the skills that are actually required for the job role. So learning is the first thing. Learning ability is the first thing that companies look for. Other than that, the basic numerical ability, the logical thinking, structural thinking, then the communication skills are the key aspects that companies look at. And the same way we hire as well. So when we hire a candidate for an analyst job role, we look for the basic numerical ability and logical thinking first.
Okay, great. And how should one prepare for a role in an analytics company? And how is it different, importantly, from other roles in, say, IT or BPO?
Right. So for other technical job roles that I will talk about is, there a candidate need to have technical knowledge of the subject she is studying. Rather, in analytics job roles, a candidate need to have basic mathematical ability. He or she should be good with numbers. So that he or she can practice, with many online courses, websites, where they can test their abilities and train themselves accordingly. So first thing that, and then when companies hire, they ask a lot of puzzles and case studies as well. So practicing those while studying is, a critical thing which can help them in getting hired.
Okay. Okay. And as we always say, this is for our audience that this is a live session and it's an interactive session. So please use the Facebook chat window to ask any questions that you have for Rishabh. If you're looking to build a career in analytics and big data, and at the end of this session, we will have Rishabh answer your questions. Okay. So Rishabh, many times when people are looking at these companies, how should one, select a company in this field? So if you're looking to build a career in this space, how should you look at a analytics company which is a good one for you from a career perspective? And also, if it is a role within any other organization where there is a role for a analytics function, then how should one look at it?
Right. So rather than looking at companies, I would say a candidate should look at the type of job role that she is getting. So basically, there are two type of job roles in data science in itself, where one is the one where you need hardcore programming skills, like you should be good with programming, where you will be doing stuff with Python and R and SQL. Other than that, there are job roles where you can learn more without prior knowledge of programming, where you like SQL or and Tableau, the visualization job roles. So Tableau, Power BI, ClickView. So all these type of job roles don't need basic programming skills that a candidate should have. So it depends on you. You should first assess yourself whether you have the ability to learn or you want to learn programming and then proceed for data science roles. Or if you don't want to go with programming, you can go for data analytics roles.
Okay. So tell us about yourself. You've been here for about 2 years now. Why did you choose to
Right.
be in this field?
Yeah. So I started my career as a consultant, business consultant, where I had to deal with companies and provide them insights using data, as well as and the qualitative points that we got through research, market research. I found myself more interested in data-driven aspects rather than qualitative things, that is market research and the primary research and secondary research. So that made me realize that I should go with data analytics job roles, and I started hunting the same. Then I got a chance at CoCubes for a similar role that I was looking at, and now I've been here for 2.5 years, over 2.5 years now.
Okay. So a lot of people say that big data analytics are the new roles and they are the roles of the future. So these are roles that are not going away while a lot of jobs are being automated, changed, etc. This is seen as a career for the future. How would can you
Right.
talk about some of the applications of this field for people to understand what all does it really mean?
Yeah. So basically, analytics is something where data is everything. So it should be structured. It can be unstructured as well. So when you are going for a role in analytics, you should be good with numbers and should be able to learn new things. So that is what analytics means. So basically, driving out insights out of the data. So it can be from various type of data. So it can be a time series data, it can be people's data, it can be market data. So data can be of various kinds, but the end goal is to take out insights out of the data, and you should have a good business understanding as well. That how are you going to implement those insights, data-driven insights for the business needs?
Right. So for a lot of people who are trying to understand analytics, I will probably give an example to talk about it. Uh, Various fields are using data today to be able to understand their consumers or understand behaviors and then use that to improve either their service or their product or the experience, so that the person is or their consumer or customer is going to come back either more or will buy more. And a lot of these things are interlinked. Even with hospitals, they are looking at data to see the kind of patients they are coming, basis which they will take business decisions, for example, to say that there are so many people who have X kind of disease, which is why we need these kind of diagnostic systems or these kind of doctors who are specialists in that space. Or in the online world, depending on how many kinds of products you look at online on, say, a Flipkart or an Amazon, someone is sitting behind someone like Rishabh and his team that is looking at all that data and saying, here's what people are looking for, or here is how they are looking at it. And so I need to change my, how people are experiencing my site, or how they are buying and how they are going to pay for it. And accordingly, I have to keep changing my product, bringing in things which experience wise gets better and probably helps me sell more. So that's the whole game
Yeah.
of data and analytics. And people
So
like
one more,
Rishabh.
yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so one more relevant example, if we want to understand more and how data helps. So when a company goes to hire candidates from different colleges, so the company wants to know which colleges they should be targeting, and what type of candidates they should be hiring, or what competencies they should be looking at to hire candidates. So there we look at the data that which campuses are performing good, out of what campuses the candidates are getting hired more. So we help companies define that, okay, these are the target campuses, you can go more for hiring. These are the skills where the candidates are good and are getting offered. So these are the skills that you should be targeting for a candidate. So this is how we can, make the processes more efficient for companies, save their bandwidth and time as well.
Got it. Okay. So here are a few questions that we've got from the audience, Rishabh. So one is,
Yeah.
how is the analytics role different from regular coding job?
Okay. So a regular coding job is, developing something. Developing something means you will be coding and making products, newer products. Rather, when you are going for programming for analytics job roles, you are working on a particular data set and bringing out insights out of that. So you are not creating something new. You are working on a present data that you have and predicting something out of that or bringing out insights out of that. So that is the main difference. In proper coding, you will be making out new products and maintaining them and making them more efficient.
Okay. And the second question I have here is, how does one grow in the field of analytics? I mean, I think someone wants to understand what are the designations that are available or expertise. How do you go up?
Mhm. So if you want to grow in analytics field, that the only thing is keep learning new skills and new tools, languages, because analytics is a field which is growing rapidly. And with one particular skill set or tool, you can't grow. So every company is looking for an employee who is willing to learn more and doing good with those skills and tools. So that is how you can grow. And yeah, and you will be getting senior in that role only and leading more guys.
Right. If there are two analytics companies, right, which one should one choose? What are the parameters that one should look at?
Okay, so yeah, so again, based on your interest and the type of job role that the company has. So basically, right nowadays, startups are some kind of companies that are growing rapidly, trying out new things, new tools. So a company which is more data driven and data focused should be the one that you should be choosing. So startups are one of those who are definitely working a lot on data and optimizing their processes accordingly.
Okay, great. So one last message from you, Rishabh, as we come to a close of this session. What's your message for all those who are
Right.
preparing for jobs in analytics companies today? What all should they be doing? What's your one big message for them?
Yeah, so if you are in a college, so one important thing that you should be knowing that is when a company is looking to hire someone, they are looking for some experience in that candidate. So most of the analytics companies say that we want to hire experienced professionals, but when you are at college, you have no experience. So if you are in third year or fourth year, you should be targeting on doing internships which are of the similar field that you want to look at. You should have basic understanding of Excel and SQL. So these are the two things that you can learn at college. You can get internships easily, and then you can you can easily be targeting at companies when you are once graduated and companies come to the campus or you are getting hired off campus.
Okay. And what are typically the online platforms or resources that are available, according to you, that they should look at?
Yeah, there are multiple resources, but a few, if I can name them, is Coursera. Coursera has a lot of courses based focusing analytics. There is Udacity, there is Udemy. So these are few courses, few platforms that candidates can target and learn a lot from them.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rishabh. So everyone who's listening in, this is a big field. It's a big career that's coming up. It's a future career which is already uh, in big demand. A lot of companies are looking at freshers who have done their engineering and are looking for building careers in a field which is here for some time, for quite some time. And it's a big field. It's got exciting jobs. It's got a lot of challenging work to do, and there's a lot of growth in these spaces. So do check out a lot of resources that are available. Definitely read up online about what are some of these terms. So data science, predictive modeling, visualizer, analyst, analytics, big data. Understand the kind of companies that are doing this work. And today you have all the resources that you need to know what these jobs are all about. And then also go and take a few courses like what Rishabh said on Coursera, etc., to see, is this something that you would really enjoy doing, right? And go and understand and learn the basics so that tomorrow you can take a more informed decision for yourself. Plus, it will also tell you, if you are keen to go into those spaces, that what is missing in your current capability or skills, and what is it that you need to do to get there. So with that, we say thank you, and we hope that India does a better thing with the match today, and somehow there's a miracle. And as we always close with a quote, here's a quote by Atul Butte, who's from Stanford. He says, hiding within those mounds of data, hiding within those mounds of data is knowledge that could change the life of a patient or change the world. So if you're getting into this field, you could actually change the world. So thank you very much. Thanks for joining in, and do follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and we will continue these discussions, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 4 o'clock for First Job Talks. Thank you. Thank you, Rishabh.
Thank you.